Thanks, Paul. On behalf of the entire athletic department, I want to welcome you to the Hall of Fame, and certainly want to congratulate our inductees. Today, the practices don't seem as long, the bus rides as uncomfortable, and certainly those early morning workouts as arduous. We've been playing athletics here for a long time, 1917. And over those many, many years, thousands of coaches and student athletes have added to the rich tradition. But only 225 have been inducted into the Hall of Fame, including this group today. I think that's pretty special. This also marks a milestone year for us. This is the 40th year of the Hall of Fame. That initial group of 1975 inductees kind of reads like a who of the athletic department. Lorenzo Wright, Alan Talmadge, David L. Holmes, Charlie Primus, Andrew Clark. Those are some of the greats of athletic history. And people say, well, is there a connection between that group and now? And I say, well, maybe things are a little bit different now. When Rachelle Malette first visited campus, I asked her what she remembered. She said it was a really cold January. January, February, I guess it's always cold. And she said, but what I was struck by was the closeness of the team, how well everybody got along together. She said it was different than all the other schools I visited. I didn't have the heart to tell her we were all bundled together to stay warm that day. But true to her theme of team chemistry and closeness, she actually married a member of our men's cross-country team, Kevin Christensen. Kevin is here today. Kevin, stand up, be recognized. You really get to know a guy when you run 20 miles with him. Rachelle is undoubtedly the greatest women's cross-country runner ever at Wayne State. She's a three-time All-American. Her sophomore year, she finished 14th in the country. As a junior, she finished 5th. And as a senior, she finished 6th. She just worked at it. You know, I think one of the hardest things in athletics is get to the top and stay there. And usually you see that with a student athlete. They get better each year and then they peak as a senior. But when you're good early in your career, that adds a lot more pressure to you. Running cross country is partly running against the opposition, but a lot of it is running within yourself. It's that idea that you can still do it, that you can fight through the pain, that you can be a little bit better. And when you've been on top, that's hard to do. Rachelle won the Midwest Regional, probably one of the toughest in the country, both her junior and senior year, and was twice the conference cross-country champion. Of the 4 top finishes in the history of cross-country, Rachelle owns 3 of them. Only Shelley Victory sneaks in there at number 3. But being a champion is a lot more than what happens in competition. It's what happens outside of competition as well. This year, our women's cross-country team was getting ready to go to the national championships. That's pretty select company. And for a young team, it was a new experience. You're running against the best of the best, and you're really not sure what you're going to be up against. Rachelle decided to pay a visit to the young ladies beforehand, to motivate them, to give them encouragement, to make them feel a little less apprehensive about what was coming up. If you ask those cross-country runners, they'll probably tell you their visit, her visit to them, was instrumental to their success. And one of the first things she told them when she saw them was how proud she was of them. They're here today. They finished 6th in the nation. Ladies, you want to stand up and be recognized? Just as Rachelle had told them how proud she was of them, they in turn took time this Saturday to come here to tell her how proud they are of her, one of their own, being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Ms. Rachel Malette Christensen, please come forward. Ms. Malette's citation reads in part, Rachel Malette Christensen was a 4-year cross-country letter winner, 2005 to 2008. A native of Windsor, Ontario, she became the first runner in school history to earn All-America honors 3 times. She won 12 races during her Wayne State career, including the GLIAC Championship and the NCAA Regional Championship in both her junior and senior years. As a freshman, she was Wayne State's top runner in 5 of 6 meets. Then as a sophomore, her 14th place finish at Nationals was the second best female performance in Wayne State history at that time. As a junior, she placed 5th in the NCAA National Championships, followed by a 6th place finish as a senior. The 2007 and 2008 GLIAC Women's Cross Country Athlete of the Year, she helped the Warriors to back-to-back second-place team finishes at the conference meet, the best finishes in school history. A 3-time member of the GLIAC All-Academic Team, she was the 2007 GLIAC Fall Sports Commissioners Award recipient. A graduate of the Wayne State Pharmacy program in the Eugene Applebaum College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, Rachelle also served on the Wayne State Student Athletic Advisory Committee and was its president in the 2008-09 academic year. Rob, President Wilson, it gives me great pleasure to present Ms. Rachelle Malette Christensen for induction into the Wayne State University Athletic Hall of Fame.
First, I'd like to congratulate all my fellow inductees into the Hall of Fame. I'm very honored to be a part of this distinguished class. It's hard to believe that it was over 10 years ago when my mom and I came to Detroit to do my official tour of Wayne State's campus with Coach Rick Cummins. While the campus seemed so big, I loved it and felt right at home. I remember being immediately excited after meeting the team. Everyone was so friendly and seemed to hold similar academic and athletic aspirations to myself. Coach had to work a little bit harder on my mom, though. She seemed more intrigued with the women's cross-country GPA and work ethic in the classroom rather than their GLIAC or NCAA performances. Little did either of us know how much of an impact this university would have on my life. I was very fortunate during my athletic career at WSU to be provided with the opportunity to compete at the highest level. I was able to achieve great personal athletic success while at WSU, but the things that I cherish the most are the friendships I gained and all of the opportunities Wayne State provided me as a student athlete. My most memorable moments as a Warrior were the back-to-back national championships that we qualified for as a team my junior and senior seasons. I would really like to thank Coach for all of his support over my 4 years at Wayne State. I always appreciated how you were so flexible with my crazy school schedule and my all-around craziness. I know the first year was a bit rocky, and we didn't always see eye to eye, particularly about my love for Big Macs and my complete lack of sleep. But over time, when you realized how tough and determined I was, as well as how high my aspirations were, we got along just great. Thank you for all of your time and effort you put into making me a great runner and a better overall person. Thank you also to my family, teammates, and the rest of the Wayne State Athletics Department. I know what it is, a big commitment it is to be here today to support me, especially in this weather, and I truly appreciate it. To my husband, Kevin, a member of the men's cross-country team for 4 years, and my biggest supporter, I owe a lot of my success to you, as not only you would wake up in the morning and ride your bike with me through the streets of Detroit, only to be harassed to get off the bike and let that girl ride it, but for being my sounding board through everything. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you to my mom, my sisters, Jackie and Bella, and my brother, JP. Whether it was surprising me in Pensacola to see me run my first NCAAs, or driving through a blizzard to watch my final race as a Warrior, you are and always were there supporting me. Wayne State had and continues to have a tremendous impact on my life. While on the team, I was able to travel to amazing parts of the country with great friends. It taught me the importance of teamwork and how to be flexible with my time. Outside of being a member of the cross-country team, I was able to serve as a SAC president for a year through the persistence and encouragement of Ryan Kelly. I was also given the opportunity to attend an NCAA Student Leadership Conference in Orlando. The skills learned in these roles and as a member of the cross-country team continue to be essential to my life today as a pharmacist. I was fortunate to land my dream job after pharmacy school, and I contribute a lot of my career success with the athletic and leadership roles I held at Wayne State. As Rob mentioned, I was able to visit Wayne State in November and talk with the women's cross-country team before their regional meet, in which they qualified for NCAAs and went on to place 6th in the nation and have 3 All-Americans, the best finish yet in women's cross-country history. I felt so honored to be a Warrior, not only because of what a great group of girls they are and their tremendous result, but to know that I was part of such a great legacy that will only keep improving with the addition of women's track and field as well. And I look forward to seeing more results. Thank you for honoring me here today, and I am so grateful to be a part of Wayne State's Hall of Fame. Thanks.